Well, Brendan, the fans were extremely unhappy at half-time and at full-time today, but I think you maybe share that anger.
Yeah, listen, there's no doubt. I think firstly it's an apology to the support base. Like, I don't think I've ever had to do that in all my time here, with the first or this time. But it's certainly the performance today was near the level of what is expected as a Celtic player and a Celtic team. You know, we lacked any desire in our defending. We lacked that drive, and we had the ball and that intensity. And like I said, I felt like we could have played all night and not scored. You know, we'd plenty of shots going into a lot of good areas. But ultimately, we've got outdone by a corner where we've been naively blocked, and then from a free kick where we were so passive in the build-up to them getting the free kick. So that drive and determination, we suffered for that today.
This is the Celtic Forever podcast. We're here to discuss Celtic 0, Hearts 2. Got John here to go over an absolutely disgusting performance by Celtic today. Not one player turned up. The manager didn't turn up. The only people that turned up was the supporters. So well done to them. But we'll get into this, John. How are you after that today, anyway, first of all, John?
In general, all right, Xander. But obviously after that, no good. You know, it just I kept myself busy for a couple of hours there, just working away on things. So try to take my mind off it, you know. But no good after that. No good.
No, I don't blame you. Right away, John, is Rodgers the man for the job? Is Rodgers the man that should be the Celtic manager now?
The league record's no good, is it? Since Rodgers came in. I mean,
no.
Some people might think, why are you getting on the manager's back? But he's not turned it around, has he? 2 defeats in a row in the league. When did that last happen to Celtic?
No. Especially at home. But the players are all playing for him. I don't see the players actually playing for him. You know, we'll go through some of the players obviously in a wee minute, but I think he's lost the dressing room already. It's not even Christmas.
It's looking that way, isn't it? The more I'm looking at it, it's starting to look that way. He's just standing at the side of the park with his chewing gum, looking a bit kind of disinterested, isn't he? At least he was today.
Well, you look at it, right, John. You look at it. Let's go through some of these results. A 1-0 loss to Kilmarnock, a 0 each draw with St Johnstone, a 2-1 loss to Lazio, 0 each draw with Hibs, a 6-0 loss to Atletico, a 1 each draw with Motherwell, a 2-0 loss to Lazio, and another 2-1 loss to Kilmarnock, and then a 2-0 loss to Hearts today. That's just not good enough. That's the bottom line.
Aye. What was it somebody was talking about yesterday in the comments? It's been consistent, consistently poor.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking. It's hard to watch. You know, there's no way. Celtic were never going to score a goal today. That was blatantly obvious. The players just weren't. They never turned up. None of them. But do you think he's lost the dressing room, John? That's a serious question. I know I'm putting it on you this early in the season, but do you think Brendan Rodgers has lost that dressing room? Bearing in mind that was a treble-winning team.
Oh, the results have been poor. Had a couple of half-decent performances this season, one against Aberdeen, one against Hearts at Tynecastle, late winner at Motherwell, beat Rangers at Ibrox. So we've had some half-decent results. Has he lost the dressing room? It's starting to look that way, Xander. It is starting to look that way. It is starting to put me in mind of the COVID season, to be honest with
you. Mm-hmm. You know, you heard the fans discuss today at Celtic Park, you know, shouting to sack the board and just, you know, there's no Green Brigade there the day. You've got to remember that was the normal Celtic fans that showed their disgust today.
Aye. Every Celtic fan's disgusted with that. A team like Hearts should not be coming to Celtic Park and winning 2-0. But 2-0 they did win, and it's a shocking result, to be honest with you. And I don't know, has he lost the dressing room? it's looking that way, Xander. I don't know if he has, because I don't know Brendan Rodgers or any of the players, but it's looking that way, innit?
It looks that way to me. It does. To me, it does anyway. He's getting nothing out of the players. As you say, a couple of good results here and there throughout the season, but in general, losing all these many points as that we've lost at home. That's 2 draws at home and a defeat. So that's what 7 points dropped at home already. So it's not even Christmas, and that's not including the points we've lost away from home as well. But no, it's not looking good. I will say that. You know, the players put in a performance like that against Feyenoord on Wednesday night, and then they decide not to turn up in a vital, John, I said that in yesterday's podcast, a vital must-win game, and they never turned up.
Exactly, aye. And I've said it for the start of the season, and I've said it for the Champions League started. I ain't interested in the Champions League. If winning a meaningless Champions League kickabout, it means more to their players than beating Hearts at home, then their players shouldn't beat Celtic. It's as simple as that. Because the league is the only trophy that Celtic, not the only trophy, but domestic, is the only trophy the Celtic team's ever going to win. So why are they putting in a lacklustre performance against Hearts? Like, they couldn't be bothered. But they put a fighting performance in against Feyenoord in a meaningless game.
Yeah, I know. Sorry if we both sound annoyed and angry, but you've got to be upset with that the day, John. That was very difficult to watch, especially after the 2-1. Was it 2-1 against Kilmarnock? I can't even remember. Especially with the loss against Kilmarnock last weekend. And then we were forced to watch that today. Unbelievable. Rodgers, John, do you think he's a yes man? Do you think he's just accepting whatever the board offer him? Do you think he's turned into a yes man?
I don't think so. I think Rodgers knows what he wants. I think he's unhappy that he's not getting it. Well, he never got it at the last transfer window, but look, he knows the team needs a lot of money spent on it. It's evident to see. It's evident to see that team needs a lot of money spent on it. And when we started with Turnbull, then I'm not blaming David Turnbull. Anybody listening, I'm not blaming David Turnbull for getting beat with Hearts. What I'm blaming it is he started with him. And every time I see him starting a game, Celtic have a bad result. I've said that before.
Mm-hmm. We'll get into some individual performances in a wee minute, John. But David Turnbull, I was shocked to see him starting the day. You know, it was only in yesterday's podcast we mentioned he's down in the pecking order, and there he is. He starts the day. Where did that come from? Do you think?
I don't know. What's wrong with Bernardo? Makes appearances in the Champions League, doesn't make appearances in the league. What is going on there?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. There's just no plan B, is there? Where's the plan B? Where's this Brendan Rodgers we had the last time, who, when things were going tough, knew how to change it, knew how to turn it around, John? Where is that? Where is that went to? Where's his plan B?
I don't know. Maybe the players just had a lot of love for Postecoglou and they're missing him. Maybe that's what it is. It could be something like that. They just don't want to put in the same performance for Brendan Rodgers. It could be something. I don't know. Like, they're just clutching at straws. We don't know. But they're not playing for Rodgers, are they?
100% not. And we've now got a Livingston game on Saturday, John. You're thinking, are we going to drop points there as well? When has that ever been? Even during the COVID season, you weren't thinking like that. But we're playing Livingston on Saturday, and I'm thinking right now, obviously we're annoyed just now, and we're getting a lot off our chest. But right now, I'm thinking, are we even going to win that game at Livingston at Celtic Park?
Well, this is it. This is it, isn't it? We don't know, but Celtic's going to show up. It's been that way the whole season, but losing 2 league games in a row. We're probably the best players in the league, apparently the best players in the league. But I don't know. We just don't know what to expect. But it's not going to take, even if they turn up and beat Livingston next week, it's not going to take the bad Fiona I've got right now away. Because we were 7 points clear when the games were equal. We were 7 points clear. And I says away back then, we can't afford to just say we're 7 clear, let's take it easy and let them pick away at that lead. And that's exactly what's happened. They've took
We
it
were
easy.
Aye, they have. Well, I don't know if they took it easy. I just think they've put the tools away. I think that's what it is, John. I think they're not playing for Brendan. That's what it looks like for outside anyway. But we were 7 points clear, as you say. But this is when we had all these away games, all these tough away fixtures, and we were racing away in the league. Now we're getting all these home games, and we're dropping points right, left, and centre. It is unbelievable. It's so hard to watch. It really is. All he had to do was maybe even try a formation change today, but he didn't even do that. I remember when we were down to 10 men against Rangers at Ibrox, and he changed the formation, John, and we went on to win the game. That was the game that Edwards scored the winner. He's doing nothing like that now, is he?
No, I remember that game well, aye. That was the glory days, though, wasn't it? That was the good days. But right now, it's no his players, remember? It's no his players. I don't know if they players are working as hard for Brendan as they did for Postecoglou. That's what it looks like to me. I think Postecoglou got more at them because they were his players.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. There's probably an element of that as well, I suppose. But we were 10 points clear with them a game in hand at one point, and now if they win their 2 games in hand, they're sitting top of the league. That's the bottom line, John. The way I look at it, they're top of the league just now.
Well, obviously, they're no top of the league. We're sitting top of the league, but I know exactly what you mean. I see it the same way. To me, they're going to win their 2 games in hand. That's going to happen. They're going to go top of the league. They're getting a lot of confidence for results and penalties and all that they get now. And I think they'll win their 2 games in hand, go top of the league, possibly even stay there at the end of the season. Who knows? But we keep saying, don't we, every week, this is vital. He needs to turn it around now, and it's not been turned around. What was the last? We get beat with Kilmarnock last week. We get beat the day. Well, who did we play before that, Sander? St Johnstone, wasn't it?
St Johnstone was it? Aye. Anyway, but do you think we can turn it around? Do you think this can be turned around? And we can,
Well,
we can. Do you think we can still go on and win the league this season with the way we're performing now?
I think if we can win every game up until January, and that includes Rangers at Parkhead, if we can win every game until that January transfer window opens, is there a winter break this season?
Aye, there's a winter break. Aye.
So
I think there's only 4. I think there's only 4 games to the winter break actually.
aye, but if we can win the games up until the winter break, I think we can go in and win the league if that happens, because I think Brendan will bring his own players in, Xander. There's a lot of dead wood there. There's a lot of players that need to go. We can see that in the performances.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a wee minute, John. We will get to that, I promise you. But I just wanted to touch on the board. The fans are screaming for the board to be sacked today. Oh, unbelievable, isn't it? Well, that's all this stemmed for this carry on with the Green Brigade. Obviously, it's all started for there. And then obviously your man came in as well. What's his name? Lawwell. He's came in as well. The fans weren't happy at that either. So between Lawwell coming in and obviously the Green Brigade carry on, it's affected the team. It's affected the full club, really, hasn't it?
It has, and I says that to you. Lawwell was always in the background when Ange was there. He was always in the background. Never seen him in the press, never seen photos of him. As soon as Rodgers came in, who was in the photo of him? Lawwell. And he was in several photos after that. He's all over the place, all the Celtic media pictures, like the ones with the Pope and all that. Lawwell's there, and what's going on with the guy? I don't think any Celtic fans like Peter Lawwell, do they?
No. But the board decided to bring him back, as chairman. Unbelievable, as chairman as well. So, no. I don't know what's going on, John. Everything has just went totally sour. The team's not performing on the park. The manager's not doing anything on the touchline. The fans want the board sacked. It's just back to the 90s. That's what it feels like.
Aye, well, to me, it's just reminiscent of the COVID season. That's what it's reminding me of right now. Except there's fans in the stadium. But that's kind of what it reminds me of. I've got a bad feeling about it right now. But like I says, if we can turn it around before the winter break. Winner games that we've got. Big ask the way Celtic's playing, of course, winning all our games.
Well, our next 3 games is Livingston at home, Dundee away, and Rangers at Celtic Park. That's our next 3 games. Can we win the next 3 games, John? Bearing in mind the form we're on just now.
We can win the games under. I'm not saying sack. I'm no one of the ones that saying sack the board or anything like that. By the way, I'm thinking there's I think that the reason behind it is the players are no playing the same way for Brendan as they did for Postecoglou. I don't think Brendan's getting enough out of them.
Yeah, but my personal feeling on the board is I would like to see Lawwell out of the club, because since he's came back, it's went rapidly downhill as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I'd like to see Lawwell out and a new chairman in. As regards to Brendan Rodgers, he's only been in the job, 4 months, so he's got to be given his chance as well. But is his job under threat if we lose to Livingston at the weekend? There's a question for you.
Oh, definitely, aye. If he loses to Livingston at the weekend, aye, he's looking at a possible sacking if he loses that game or the one after it. If he loses that one and drops points in the one after it against Dundee, I think he could be looking at getting sacked, Sander, aye.
It's hard to believe we're saying that, John, when only a few weeks ago we were so far ahead in the league, isn't it?
It is, but these things happen, you know. If every team hits a dip in form, but losing 2-0 to Hearts at Celtic Park, not on.
Yeah, there's something far wrong, isn't there? There's something far, far wrong at the club just now. And let's touch on the game then, John. I'm not going to go through the game like we normally do because I'm too annoyed. I'm too annoyed to go through the game. But conceding 2 goals from 2 set pieces, a free kick that was never a free kick, I might add, and we'll get on to the referee. But a free kick that was never a free kick, and a corner kick, a free header at the back post for Shankland. Unbelievable poor defending at that first goal, John.
Aye, it was terrible, aye. The first goal was, I think, was it Taylor and Scales marking the same guy, and Shankland was standing there himself just to head it in. Aye, that was poor. That was very, very. I'm sure it was wee Greg Taylor and Liam Scales. Liam Scales was one of them, but he wasn't picking up Shankland. I think Greg Taylor was supposed to be picking up Shankland. The two of them were too busy picking up the same man. And Shankland's free. A guy that can score like Shankland standing free at the back post. Why is he not getting picked up? That's amateur defending.
Definitely. So I put them 1-0 up, John. Then they get their second goal 15 minutes later. A free kick that was never a free kick. Carter Vickers winning the ball cleanly. Free kick's given outside the box, and Kingsley steps up and fair play to him. He puts it away well. A lovely free kick, actually. If only we had a player that could do that, John, a free kick. So he smashes it into the net, 2-0 Hearts. The game's over, isn't it?
It's over at that point, and I totally agree with that. Was never a free kick in a million years. Carter Vickers wins the ball clean, free kick. It wasn't even like as if he won the ball and then went right through the man or anything. He just stuck his feet out and won the ball. And they get a free kick for that. Unbelievable. That referee of the day was shocking.
Yeah, corners no given, throw-ins no given, free kicks no given, Hearts players falling over the place and free kicks given to them. It's. I think I said yesterday, who is it, Clancy? I think I said it on yesterday's pod. You know, he's not the worst referee in the league. And then he goes and shows that performance today. One of the worst ever refereeing performances at Celtic Park that I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, it was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. Hard to watch. And the linesman wasn't any better on the far side. He was getting them corners when it was goal kicks and all that. Getting them throw-ins when it was their throw-in. He was just as bad as the referee.
Yeah. And then it was a handball. VR went to VR. It was a handball. Should have been a penalty. That wasn't given either. But it doesn't matter, John. It doesn't. We weren't good enough. You know something? Fair play to Hearts because they actually deserved to beat us at Celtic Park today.
Aye, they just got their 2 goals and defended, didn't they? That's what happened.
That's it. Let's have a wee look at some of the players that actually was shocking today. Mikey Johnston, that boy was rattled. That boy was rattled today, John. That's really gonna knock his confidence. Mikey Johnston. Kyogo, pathetic. I'm going to be honest, the boy was pathetic. The sitter that he missed at the start of the second half could have brought us back into it. Don't know where his head is at right now. Alistair Johnson, one of his worst ever games for Celtic. David Turnbull, after the first half, taken off after the first half. Pathetic. Greg Taylor, no the best. Oh, another handful of sitters. Maeda, you can excuse Maeda, he was just back for injury. So you can excuse him, but why is he brought on if he's not fit enough?
Aye, Maeda looks like somebody that never played the game before when he came on. To be honest with you, I'm not going to criticise Maeda at all because he's just back for being out for like 2.5 months or whatever. So I'm not going to go too critical on him, but he looked like a player that had never played the game before. He was terrible. He was so bad, it was unbelievable. But like I say, he's been out for 2.5 months. Maybe too early to bring him back. If Celtic were winning, they could maybe have brought him on, give him a wee run out for 10, 15 minutes. But bringing him on in a game like that, where it's pressure to try and get a win, it just made him look really bad.
Yeah, he was bad. But as you say, it's not his fault. So managers threw him on, hoping for the best. It's no tactical genius there, obviously. He just threw him on, hoping for the best, and the boy just didn't look fit. That's the bottom line. McGregor, he tried to pull us back into it, didn't he? He tried his hardest, we Callum, but the other 10 players on the park they just weren't interested. That's the way it looked anyway.
Aye, Callum was trying to drive forward. When you seen him doing that, taking the ball and trying to take players on and going by them, try to get as close to the box, make a pass. So wee Callum played pretty well with it, actually, considering the result. I think, if you ask me, I think Liam Scales, apart from losing his man at the back post as well, I thought he played pretty well. And Carter Vickers, which was never a free kick against him. So
Yeah,
I know Liam Scales was picking up somebody, but the back post was free. I'm sure it was Greg Taylor, I can't remember. Should have been picking up Shankland. Nobody picked him up. But Scales was already marking somebody.
aye.
So I'm not going to go too hard on Liam Scales today. I thought he played well. He defended really good. He was driving forward, never lost the ball. Same with Carter Vickers, same with Callum McGregor. But other than they three, no pass marks for anybody for me, Xander.
What about Kyogo, John? What about Kyogo?
It was
What's
bad.
happening? What's happening there? He's
He
no
looks,
fit. He's no unfit, John. He's fit. So is it just confidence?
I think he wants away.
Who knows,
I don't
John?
like answering a question with a question, but
I don't think he wants away. He's just not, you can't say he's not getting any service because he is getting service. Even that ball for Palmer through to him right at the start of the second half, straight to his toe. All he had to do was tap it into the net, and he misses the ball altogether. No form. It's just totally off form.
I missed that one. I missed about probably 7 minutes of the second half, Xander. First 7 minutes.
All right.
But I did see another chance that he missed, a clear chance that he missed.
Yeah, he's just totally off form. His head is either elsewhere, or he's put down the tools like the rest of the players did today, or maybe he just needs a rest. I don't know what it is with Kyogo. Look at him last season, battering on goals from all angles, all areas of the park, inside the box, outside the box, headers, gravy, near post runs, beautiful. You know, as you said in one of the previous podcasts as well, when he scored his winner at Ibrox, you thought he's going to have a great season, but he's done nothing since.
No. Brendan must know something we don't because he started to be on the last few games, didn't he? So Kyogo, obviously there's something wrong there with Kyogo, but I don't know. I think some of the subs he brought on in the second half were questionable and all. Bernabei. He looked all right, actually. I suppose he tried his hardest, didn't he? But James Forrest, I thought he tried to do his bit when he came on.
Forrest done okay when he came on. He wasn't the worst player. But the game was well gone by then. You're sort of hoping a goal goes in to try and get a draw at the game, but it never ever looked like we were going to score. Never. You know, I can't remember their keeper actually pulling off a save. Can you?
Aye, he put off a good few saves, Sims under.
Nothing meaningless. Nothing meaningful. Sorry, there was nothing meaningful. A couple of shots outside the box that any keeper would have caught. There was no, great saves that were keeping Hearts in the game or anything like that. No, I don't think he'd done anything spectacular to keep it the Celtic players.
I think the Celtic players tried harder in the second half. You could see them trying a bit harder, but the game was finished, Sander, in the first half. See, 2-0. You know for a fact Celtic's no coming back for that. I was thinking at half time a draw would be a miracle today.
I know.
That's how I was.
A draw. Sorry, John. A draw would have been a miracle today. That would have been a miracle. That would have been. We'd have got to jail if we came out of there with a draw today. So we got what we deserved. A 2-0 defeat. That's the bottom line. So the question now for you, John, is what happens now?
What happens now? We move on to Livingston and I hope there's some kind of change. We've got a week to work on this, haven't we? Is it next week? Is it during the week we play? Or is it? No, we've not got a midweek game, have we?
No, no midweek Saturday we play. We also had a week to turn it around when we got beat off Kilmarnock last weekend. With a week to turn that around as well. And look what's happened the day. So what happens? What does he need to do to change it, John? I know I'm firing these questions at you, but what does Rodgers need to do to change the fortunes?
I really don't know. He's got to try and get more out the players, of course. There's no consistency in the starting lineup for a start. It's a different team that starts every week. There's no solid foundation of a team there, is there? It's a different players that's coming on. The subs are all over the place. Obviously, we've got injuries to our best players. I've got to remember that. Carter Vickers is just back. Maeda obviously shouldn't have played. I know he only came on as a sub, but I don't think he should have played a whole half. Hatate. It's gonna be a long winter, Zander. I've just got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, obviously we hope that he turns this round very quickly. If we get a comfortable win against Livingston, comfortable win against Dundee, then beat Rangers at the end of the month. You know, that's what every Celtic fan's obviously hoping for, and we can take it for there once the new signings come in January. But just know the way we're playing. I just can't see it. Know the way we're playing. We need the fortunes to change very quickly, John. Very quickly. Starting with a win against Livingston on Saturday. So that's now that Livingston game is now a must win. Nothing other than a win against Livingston and take it for there.
Exactly. And like I said, I've got an ominous feeling about these games coming up in the winter time. It's no leaving me with a good feeling right now. Losing 2 games in a row in the league, Kilmarnock and Hearts. So we'll see what happens in the January transfer window. That's all I'm looking at now. Is Brendan going to get the funds in the January transfer window? Because like we've been talking about in previous podcasts, Champions League money, 2 seasons in a row. Champions League, the sale of Jota and other players, millions there. Why is it not getting spent?
No, that's the question, isn't it? That money's been kept for some other reason. You know, that money's been kept aside for something else, but it's not been spent on the team, that's for sure. All these project players, absolutely no use, hoping for a wee golden nugget in amongst them. And it's been the same for years, I suppose. You know, signing these £1-2 million players, hoping to get a golden nugget that we can sell on for a hefty profit. That's got to stop. That's got to stop. We've got to start spending a wee bit more money on a bit better quality and a bit more experience.
Aye, well, Celtic's had success doing that into selling players on, but this current crop, I don't want to be pick our own players, but I'll ask you the question: who do you think has to go in January? Who do you think shouldn't be at Celtic?
That's the usual ones, into John McCarthy, Turnbull, possibly Mikey Johnson, possibly. You know, all the usual candidates. Your Bernabé's, maybe a couple. We've got too many centre halves just now. Obviously, Phillips, he'll be away as well, I'd imagine. But Awata, John, why was Awata nowhere near the team today? He must have got injured in midweek then, eh?
Aye, he was injured. Aye, that was said before the game. So I know
Missed
he
him
was
today. We missed him today, John. Sorry to interrupt, but we needed him in that holding role, and we needed Callum pushed further up. I think you would have seen a different result today if that was the case.
Oh, who knows? I mean, Awata started against Kilmarnock, we still get beat.
Aye, but we also played them off the park in the first half, you know.
Aye, we did. But it seems to be that way with Celtic just now. Either a good first half or a good second half. The day it was a better it wasn't a good second half. It was a better second half. That's all it was. They played better in the second half. There was more urgency, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But
there was a bit more urgency. I'll give you that. But still, there was. We weren't going to break down that defence today. We just weren't going to break it down. You can see Turnbull hitting a couple of shots outside the box. McGregor hitting a couple of shots outside the box. Palmer. It was all shots outside the box that their keeper was just lapping it up. Anyway, John. My concern is the crowd as well. I think the crowds are going to be affected by this. I think we're going to start seeing the crowds dwindling, possibly. Would you think, John?
No yet, Xander. No yet. But another couple of bad results. Aye, you'll see that I think the crowd will start turning on the board or whatever. They were doing that today, right enough, but
aye. It's a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a mess. It really is. Competition winner. I know we don't.
that's a quick digress, that, Sander.
I know. I'm sickened by it. I'm sickened. It's the worst I've felt in years. Watching Celtic. I think it's because we were so far ahead in the league and things were looking comfortable, and it's just all turned round. And guess who won the competition, John, to win the Billy McNeil? You'll not believe this. To win the Billy McNeil Legend frame print. Guess who won it?
The
name of the person that won it. You'll not believe this.
The name of the person that won it. It wasn't Profit again, was it?
Profit was only 1 minute 22. Sorry, 1 minute 22. I'm still raging, by the way. 1 minute 22 seconds out, but he didn't win it. Somebody was only 55 seconds out. And I'll tell you who it was, right? You're raging. Aye. Are you raging? Aye. Won the competition.
Are you raging? Aye.
Are you raging? Aye. That's unbelievable, isn't it? Every Celtic supporter's raging, and Are You Raging won the competition to win the frame print. So well done, You Raging. Aye. Well done. You've won the Billy McNeil framed Legends print. Just get onto Facebook with the Celtic Forever page there. Contact John in a private message and leave your address, buddy. Or girl, if you're a girl, I don't know.
Either that or just leave your name and address in the YouTube comments, which I wouldn't recommend. But if you want to collect your prize, Are You Raging, you need to contact me on Facebook. Just join the Celtic Forever podcast Facebook page. I'll add you and you just send me a wee private message with your name and address. And well done, by the way.
Yeah, well done, You're Raging. Aye. You're Raging. Aye. Some name, isn't it? So well done. Yeah, congratulations on winning that. I wish you would have won it under better circumstances, obviously, but we still have to give out the prize, so that's just the way it is. And commiserations to, let me give you some mentions, right? Colin Stewart, Paul McComb, The Prophet, Mad About Football, Michelle Stewart, We Would Never Sell Our Club, Ghost Tracker, Proud Boys, 1888 CFC, 420 someone. Who else we got? And Roseanne. So well done to everybody that entered the competition. No, well done. Commiserations, sorry, to everybody that entered the competition and enter this week's competition as well, which I'm going to mention after John reads out the comments.
All right.
You not ready for that there? I know, everything's haywire the day, John. It's just it's not a normal podcast, so we're just going to get these things off our chest. You know, that's the way, you know, things will look different tomorrow, possibly, or Monday, but as it stands now, everybody's really unhappy and upset.
Well, you're right to be like that in a podcast. If you're not happy, you're not happy, Xander. I mean, nobody can blame you for not being happy and giving your opinion of what you think's right. That's all we're doing here. We're no getting on the manager's back, sack the manager and all that. I'm not doing that. We need to, we're just trying to figure out exactly what we think is happening right now. That's all we're doing. So, but we're right to be angry. I was just getting over the hangover of Kilmarnock, and then that happened.
That's it. Well, do you know what the problem is? The problem is we've seen this dance before many times. We've seen it. We've experienced it. There's a lot of people out there that saw nothing but success for Celtic, but we've experienced the bad times, the bad days, and there was plenty of them. So we've seen this movie before.
Aye. I mean, there was times when Celtic lost the league to Rangers, but Rangers had a good team, so did Celtic, but they still performed well during that season when they lost the league. You know, the Celtic team, nobody was getting on their back. They were performing well. I'm talking about the Martin O'Neill era and all that stuff after it. Ones that we lost the league. The team still performed pretty well during these seasons, but right now it's just, that's not the Celtic we know.
That's far away from that. Far away from that, John. Anyway, sorry, on you go, John. Sorry.
I was just going to say, let us know in the comments what you think the problem is at Celtic right now. Just let us know in the comments. We've gave our opinion, and that's all it is. It's just opinions. We're all a bit raw after a defeat. But I'm even more raw because it's 2 defeats in a row and a great one against Feyenoord in between, which I don't get.
Battling performance against Feyenoord. You know, they looked hungry. They looked hungry for it, and then, you know, can't blame European hangovers because it was at home for a start, you know, but make comments, you go, John, give your comments, buddy.
Well, nobody can tell me that Hearts and Kilmarnock are better teams than Feyenoord. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I'll read out some comments, Sander, okay?
Right, John.
First up was, we would never sell our club for £1. Confidence will be up after beating Feyenoord last Wednesday. Last Wednesday? It was only a couple of days ago. And it will be a routine victory over Hearts tomorrow. No, it wasn't. Sorry, we would never sell our club. Nah. Obviously, me and Xander predicted, I predicted 3-0 to Celtic. Xander predicted 4-0, but sadly, we're all wrong. We would never sell a club. You predicted 3-1 there. So, no battling performance. There was no routine victory, sadly. But thanks for your comment. We would never sell a club.
Yeah, everybody was wrong, and thanks for your comment. Thanks, buddy.
So let's see. Then we had Patrick McCauley. Hands on Hearts. I hope and trust in God the next 10 years will be better. Here we go.
Okay. Hope so. I hope the next 10 years are better than the last couple of months have been, that's for sure. But I don't know what he means with that comment, to be honest with you. So,
he just hopes and trusts in God that the next 10 years will be better. Here we go.
Better for what? Better for what?
I don't know. I'm guessing it's for Celtic. You let us know, Patrick McCauley. Hands on Hearts.
The last 10 years weren't too bad, were they?
No, last 10 years were fantastic. But I think obviously he's talking about Celtic. So, Patrick McCauley, the way it's looking now, we can only hope and pray to God. That's all I can say about that. But thanks for the comment, mate.
Right, thanks for the comment, Patrick.
Judith says, love the new intro compilations, Xander.
Oh, yeah, I've done a wee bit of work on it. I've changed it again. So there's a new one on the day's video, obviously. So I've changed it again, just slightly changed it. I thought the start was a wee bit blurry. So I've changed it up a wee bit.
For God's sake, what are you like?
We'll get these things right, John.
Let's see, John, the only drone. This is the Prophet. Oh, again, this is Prophet. Always having a wee dig at us. It's always funny though, Prophet. It's good to have a laugh with you. He says John's the only drone because we were talking about drones yesterday.
Aye. All right. Many nicknames is that he's got for you, John? You have the Father Stone, the drone. There was a couple other ones I know, wasn't there?
Specs, not get specs, and all that stuff. But he says he's only kidding, of course. And Prophet thought it would be 3-1 to Celtic. Good guess, Prophet.
Everybody was miles off, John. There's not even any point in reading them out, but I know why. Because everybody was wrong. You name one person that said, I think we'll get beat against Hearts.
No,
I don't think what. No, you're right. Nobody would say that. That's how shocking that result was today, John. I know I'm going back again, but that's how unexpected that result was today. I mean, look at we went through a wee bookmaker thing yesterday. 10-1, Hearts were to beat us today. 10-1.
Aye, that's a good odds for some Hearts fans. I wonder if any of them had a wee bet on it. If you're a Hearts fan, let us know in the comments if you had a wee bet on it. The drunk leprechaun. There's always one winner in a game of football, my friend, unless I'm drunk and I see two. I've no idea what you're talking about, drunk leprechaun. You must be drunk.
Say that again. There's always one winner. What? Sorry. Maybe I'm drunk.
Well, he's not just got a clever name. I think he is drunk quite a lot, the drunk leprechaun.
All
I don't know if
right.
you're drunk leprechaun. Let us know in the comments if you're always drunk, but I'll read that again. There's always one winner in a game of football, my friend, unless I'm drunk and I see two.
What if it's a draw? What if it's a draw in the game? There's no winner then, is there? If it's a draw.
Well, the only winners out of a draw is the guys that go to the bookies and predict a draw, but you're right. I mean, apart from that, no, there's no winners in a draw. But thanks for your comment, drunk leprechaun. You leave some funny comments sometime.
All right, mate. Thanks for the comment. Cheers, buddy.
I wonder if any Hearts fans had a wee flutter on that today, Xander. 10-1.
A wee tenner on that, John. You're 110, well, £100 up, wouldn't you? And even if you had a wee 10-1 on a 2-0 correct score for Hearts, I mean, you'd be well off.
Aye.
You know, what would the odds be on a 2-0 win for Hearts? I know we're going to have to track a wee bit. What would the odds be roughly? About 30-1, 40-1 maybe? So you've got your 30-1 going on to your 10-1, it's 300 quid, eh? If you got that, John.
Aye. And you've got to remember, this is the same Hearts team we absolutely thumped at the Rain Grun a couple of months ago.
That's 300 quid if you've got £1 on it. Imagine you had a tenner on it. Anyway.
Aye.
You know. What else you got, John, comment-wise?
Nothing really, unless you want me to read your replies. It.
Nah, just leave it. Nah, that's fine. just what I hear about the people that view the channel are thinking. That's what you want to hear, isn't it? So, thanks everybody for your comments. Appreciate that, man. And I've not even got a competition ready for this week, but I need to do one now because it's there's no football midweek for us, so there's only going to be one podcast in midweek. So I need to do a competition just now. And it'll just be the same as the days. What minute will the first goal be scored against Livingston on Saturday? Whether it's Livingston or Celtic, we just want the minute of the first goal, the minute and the seconds, please, and leave your guesses in the comments. And good luck to everybody that enters.
Aye, absolutely. Good luck to everybody and well done. It was a guy raging, are you raging or something like that? Won the last one.
Your agent, aye. That's just typically how everybody's feeling the day, isn't it? That's the prize winner. It's quite funny, actually.
That's quite funny. But the only thing you can do after a defeat, take your mind off it, keep yourself busy, do something else. I've just been basically repairing a guitar today, so after the game, so that kept me busy, Xander. That takes my mind off it, that kind of stuff, you know. Until you
That's
go to
it.
bed at night and you start thinking about it.
Until you came onto the line with me, and what was the first thing you heard, John, when you contacted me on the line?
Oh, fireworks.
Fireworks going off outside the house, so that's what we've got to put up with. Every Celtic supporter, I suppose, having to put up with that lives in Glasgow. So that was the first thing John heard when he contacted me to do tonight's podcast. So that's what we're up against. So we just need to hope the Celtic turn this around.
Aye, exactly. I live in the Highlands, so I don't hear fireworks. You're not allowed to let them off up here because it probably scares the sheep or something.
Lucky you, that's what I'll say. Lucky you. All right, John, is there anything you want to add before we split?
No, listen, before even going, I remember the fireworks, obviously. I spent my whole life in Glasgow, you know. So I remember the fireworks going off and all that stuff. I know what it's like. It's we'd be doing the same if it was us. So that's what happens, innit? That's just what happens. No, I've nothing to add on the game. I just hope obviously it's good to see Maeda back, I think. And it's good to see Carter Vickers back. Even though we get beat, I thought Carter Vickers, Callum McGregor and Liam Scales, I thought they three put in a good performance. And if Brendan's going to have a clear out, that's three players I wouldn't be getting rid of because I think it means a lot to them, Xander.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You all have a clear out, John. You're right. That's he's probably writing down the names of the players he wants ready right now as we speak. You know, because it looks bad on Brendan Rodgers as well. You know, it looks it makes him look like a bad manager. 2 defeats in a row. Sitting behind. Well, I know we're no sitting behind Rangers, but we will be once they win their 2 games in hand. You know, knocked out the cup early. They'll probably go in and win the cup tomorrow. It's no a great time just now. But Brendan, all I'll say to you is turn it around, sir. Just turn it around.
Aye, keep the faith. That's all you can say. Keep the faith. And if Brendan is looking for a list, he can have mines. I think he would like it.
What, your Christmas list?
My Christmas wish list, it's full of Celtic players I want shorty.
I think a lot of Celtic fans will have that wish list on now, John. But we'll wrap it up there. Thanks everybody for viewing and listening. Thanks everybody for leaving your comments. Thank you, John, for reading out the comments. And thanks for everybody that has subscribed to the channel. We appreciate it. As John says, things will pick up, hopefully. Hopefully things will pick up. And we'll find out soon enough when we play Livingston on Saturday. So hail everybody, and we'll see you in the middle of the week. Hail.
Hail, Xander, and everybody keep the faith, keep your head up, keep yourself busy to the next game. Hail.
Ta-ta.